It's LeGarrette Blunt here, man, 3-time Super Bowl champion. I just want to give you a shout out to the YouTube channel, MicroMike, man.
Eddie Murray, former Detroit Lion. Make sure you watch MicroMike on YouTube.
Calvin Johnson Jr. here, aka Megatron. Big shout out to MicroMike and YouTube channel, man.
Keep on talking everything Detroit Lions, and I just got to remind you, man, happy wife, happy life.
What's going on YouTube? This is your boy Mr. MicroMike, and today we're going to talk about a deal or no deal situation scenario that I think the Detroit Lions should take a look at. Before getting to the video, comment. Tell me, would you make a deal like this? Would this bring the Detroit Lions over the hump that is needed to get to that postseason? Let me know. Who is Melvin Ingram, you ask? Melvin Ingram is a defensive end from the Los Angeles Chargers. He is 6'2", 247 pounds, 31 years old. He is a monster player for the Chargers. Why do I say the Chargers? Well, reports are coming out. He is not too happy. He's not practicing. He wants to get a new contract, and rumors are flying around that the Chargers would like to trade him potentially, because the infighting that's taking place via contract. They just signed Bosa. They probably do not have the money to sign this guy. Why should the Detroit Lions take a look at Melvin Ingram? Really, the defensive line. We need to have dogs on the defensive line. Melvin Ingram is a dog. Last year, 39 solo tackles, 7 sacks, and 1 interception. That's not the biggest numbers in the world, but to make a trade for this man, it won't require the biggest capital in the world to get him. If you put him on the defensive line opposite of Trey Flowers, you would have 2 dogs right there. The defensive line is what, in my opinion, needs to get upgraded. Yes, I've been talking about defensive tackle, definitely, but to me, it won't take a lot to pry this guy from the Chargers. Okay, so if you get him opposite of Trey Flowers, you'll be able to get after the quarterback. What would the trade compensation be? Probably a 4th or a 5th round pick, maybe throwing a conditional 7th round pick in there. It's not going to take a lot. The biggest in regards to compensation will be the contract, but we have money to spend. I think with him being 31 years old, it's not going to require a giant contract. Maybe a 2-year, a 3-year extension for Melvin Ingram. This is definitely something that the Detroit Lions can do, Bob Quinn can do. We could make a deal in that scenario when it comes to finances. That works perfectly fine. If you look at Trey Flowers, his contract next year, Stafford goes down in year 2. This is doable for the Detroit Lions in the compensation in regards to draft capital is perfectly fine as well. I think it would add depth to the defensive line. We've missed out on some couple of free agents. We need to have individuals that can guarantee the defensive line to get after the quarterback. It's very important to get after the quarterback. That's important. That's the reason why our season was so bad last year. Yes, Matthew Stafford went down, but our defense failed us. Our defensive line specifically failed us. We had injuries. We had them being extremely tired, and it was an epic fail on all fronts on the defensive line. He could go back and be a hybrid player because we utilized the hybrid system for Matt Patricia's defense. He can be that linebacker, push back. He can be up front. I think he would be a great addition. You put him with the Akwara brothers. You put him with Jamie Collins, Jared Davis. Now you really have depth at this position. Now you have players that can really get after the quarterback. And you can still add the defensive tackle like I've been preaching for week after week after week after week. I think Melvin Ingram would be a perfect piece for the Lions. I really, really do. Imagine having Trey Flowers, Deshaun Hand, Williams, and having Melvin Ingram on that defensive line. And you can switch out with all the pieces that we added this offseason. The defensive line would have depth. It would have depth. We still need defensive tackle. But this is a low-cost trade with a ceiling that's extremely higher. We have the edge. Melvin Ingram is unhappy with the Chargers. Okay, he's very unhappy there. He wants to get paid. This is a weird offseason in which camaraderie seems to be probably the best situation for teams, and right now that's not working out with the Los Angeles Chargers. The Los Angeles Chargers, in my opinion, are not a win-now team. They are not a win-now team. The Detroit Lions is. We have a small window, and we have to make the playoffs or be a playoff contender this year. This will really help the Detroit Lions to get to that spot. Melvin Ingram would be a great addition for the Detroit Lions. He would help that defensive line. We could actually stop offenses for a change. You could actually put a little bit trust upon that defensive line that's been a question mark. Matthew Stafford can do the slow, methodical offensive drives with a running game. The defensive line and the defense can do 3 and outs, and we can finish games out. Close games out. Stress this. The defensive line and the offensive line on NFL teams are what make and break seasons. We need to have a dominant defensive line. We must have a dominant defensive line. This will add depth. This will add a starter and a dog to it. Bob Quinn, Matt Patricia, look into it. Look into it. This would be a great trade. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think this would be a great trade for the Detroit Lions? I think it would be. You got to leave a comment and let me know. We don't have anyone in the top 100. He is. So you could buy your way to get a guy in there for a joke. But really, this would be a addition I would tell Bob Quinn to do. I want depth on the defensive line. I want to get after the passer and stop the run. I'm not 100% comfortable right now with what we have. And imagine where we have a defensive line that's very attackful, right? The quarterback can't sit there for 7-8 seconds. It's going to push the quarterback to throw the ball a little bit early out of his hands. How do you win football games? By turnovers. The turnover battle. We have a very good secondary now with individuals in there who can get the ball turned over. Pushing the quarterback to make him throw the ball a little bit earlier will get more chances for turnovers and more chances to win football games. He's only 31. He's at the end of his career. That's why you take advantage of this. It will not be a high-cost trade. This would be like a Snacks Harrison trade from the Giants. This would be a very good deal. A very good deal. Why not give it a try? I would. I definitely would. We have a little extra capital. We got a conditional 7th round pick for sending Michael Jackson to the New England Patriots. So take that conditional and add it upon maybe a 4th or 5th round pick. Let's do it. Let's have some fun and add on the defensive line. Let's make sure that we are a scary team in the black and blue division. We are it's a very competitive division in the NFC North. We have a very good offense. We need to make sure that defense can get after the quarterback. They need to get after the quarterback. It is so, so important. With that said, folks, tell me what you think. Do you want this trade? Is there another trade in the works? Comment, comment, comment. Adios.